What's quack-a-lacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another episode around the Player of the Month for April. I couldn't think of the month then. For April. So, in my opinion, we're still down to the two frontrunners, Son and Benteke. Now, Benteke didn't do anything yesterday, which opens up the playing field. Doesn't mean that Son's a lock, but if he were to start today and get a couple of goals, he would be a clear frontrunner in my opinion anyway. So to start with, we're going to look at investments here, obviously. The first obvious investment everyone's talking about is a special card from Tottenham, and that is one of Son. Now, there's a few reasons why I don't overly like this investment. So the first reason is going to be the Player of the Month could come out basically at the same time as the Team of the Season. So Son could be in both of them. There's a good chance that the Son card for the Player of the Month is going to be a striker, because that's where he played for most of the month. But if the Team of the Season comes out and is also a striker, who's going to bother completing the Player of the Month when they can pick up a better card from the Player of the Season one? Now, as you can see, prices have massively increased in Son already. He's already up to about 250 for his cheapest Tottenham card here. The market has been destroyed because of the Dele Alli SBC as well. So we're barely seeing any Kanes or inform Allis around, and it's kind of just ruined everything right now. The other reason I don't like this investment is because Son has already got a Player of the Month card, and it was quite cheap to do, so a lot of people completed it. Now, there's a good chance that EA let you submit the old Player of the Month card into this SBC to get the new one. If we're investing heavily in an inform card of Son, and a lot of people already have clearly, you saw how many were on the market, then we could be caught out, because a lot of people could just use the old card they've got, and the demand for these cards could go down massively. Because they're already inflated in price and we have potential alternative routes, I'd avoid going for the special card from Spurs, to be honest. There's no cheap players, as you can see, anymore. Instead, we probably want to start thinking outside the box. So maybe just picking up discard informs if we can from the Premier League. We might need a full Premier League inform squad. Now, it's going to be hard to get discard players just because of the SBCs that have gone on recently. But if you're patient and you're looking on the market, then you may find some cheap players. As you can see, though, there aren't a lot of them. And EA have made sure that they've cleared up the market coming up to Team of the Season, which was a very smart move. But what can we do instead of this? What can we do to think outside of the box? Well, firstly, it's definitely not showing us all search results. I've just realised that there is no way that is all the search results for special cards in the Premier League. The transfer market's been messing up this morning, and I'm guessing it's still doing it. So, if we're looking for special cards, try and pick up those informs. If not, pick up discard man of the match cards. If you can't find them, go for the one-to-watch cards. There's no risk involved because they're rock-bottom prices at the moment, because the season's basically over. Nobody cares about them. So if we pick up some discard one-to-watch cards from the Premier League, then we have a chance of them being needed here or somewhere else. If we're not wasting more coins than the discard value, we can't make a loss either way. So it's a win-win investment. We've also got the obvious option of his nationality. Now, there's a few problems I have with this. Where is it? Korea's on here. Or is that the South Korea, potentially? Nope, Korea Republic. There's a few issues that I have with this. So firstly, if we search for special cards, Son is going to be the only player that we get a return on. And as you can see, not many of them there. Sorry. If we search for gold cards, though, we do get a few more. But this was a requirement previously for his Player of the Month card. If he's getting a huge upgrade to like 89 rated or whatever it's going to be, I just can't see this being a requirement this time round. And you can see already, prices are fairly inflated from them. We're clearly not getting all the search results at the moment because of the market. But I just don't see it being quite enough, especially with the lack of special cards available. This turns our attention to the obvious one. So the Premier League, we could go for big, high-rated players. Now, the high-rated players could be from the teams that they played this month up until just Tottenham players. So we've obviously got the likes of Lloris. He's the highest-rated Spurs player if we disregard special cards. And I think he goes for about 20 to 30,000 coins. Yeah, about 30,000 coins, or 26,000 coins here you can pick him up for. So he's not overly expensive at the moment. He would cover either a high-rated Premier League team or a specific Tottenham team as well. So if we're picking him up, we're checking our research, we're making sure we're getting him at the cheapest possible price, he could be a very solid investment. That then leads us on to the final part of what we could be investing in for Son. And it's where he previously played, which was the Bundesliga. So before he came to Spurs, he had two clubs here. The first team he played for was Hamburg. The second team was Bayer Leverkusen. So if we firstly search for just Hamburg informs, we're not going to get a decent result because of the market again, obviously. Hunt is definitely an option. But people are already speculating around this, and the price has already increased. If you can pick this guy up for a reasonable price, then I would definitely still advise doing it, because we're still 2 weeks away from the winner, and hence there's hype and speculation, and there's time for these to increase in price. If we're to move on to a second club, which is Leverkusen, and have a quick search there, I think there's maybe 1, 2 max special cards that fall under 50k. It's not giving us any kind of results at the moment, so I guess we can't actually find out for sure. But there is 2 previous clubs, so looking at special cards of any kind for the cheapest possible price may be an option. Personally, what I could see them doing is a Bundesliga team, high rated, including ex-players from both of those clubs. So what we could be looking at is, wow, this market is so destroyed right now. Oh, God, EA. So anyway, what I was thinking of doing here is we're going for a high-rated Bundesliga team. So we're thinking slightly outside the box here, which is what I like. The likes of Müller, obviously. Fairly cheap to pick Müller up. He's an 87 rated card. And if it's a high Bundesliga team, we can have these high-rated players ready to rock and roll. We can pick him up for about 11,000 coins, 12,000 coins at the moment. We've also got the likes of Philipp Lahm as right back. We've got Ribery, who may be a little bit more expensive. Hummels, obviously. Even the likes of Goetze, who are just 84 rated. We've got all of these kind of options. And the great thing with this investment is, even if it's not needed for Player of the Month, coming into Team of the Season, I can only see these high-rated cards being valuable to us for different SBCs and stuff. Again, all these investments are just speculation, and I'm really sorry that I couldn't get any examples up with the market. Just EA servers are absolutely awful right now. But we've got to hope, basically, that firstly Son starts today and that he puts in a good performance. Otherwise, Benteke could still be in with a shot. Hell, if Coutinho scores a hat-trick tomorrow, he could suddenly become the front runner. It is much more open than people think. We're literally making reaction-based decisions based on how these players perform in these last few games. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to wrap up the video there. It's just a very short one, sadly, because I didn't get the examples in. But if you did enjoy it, make sure you drop a like. Comment with any questions, subscribe if you're new, and again guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.